Hi, my name is Ben Roberts, and I am going to show you my web-based application movie, which I have designed. I am just going to quickly run you through the browser here and, the web app, and then I'll quickly take you through the code. So to start with the actual app, you'll see it right here. It's just a web page that has a form in which the user can enter in information such as their favorite movie. As you can see, I have a couple. Let's say Inception, maybe their favorite actor. I really like Tom Hanks. Um, we can put your favorite service, so Netflix, if that's what you want to watch on. You can also say what your preference is, and then obviously there's lots more: runtime, minimum, rating, release year, but just put what you're essentially looking for. You then can recommend a movie, and then it will submit the form um, using, of course, JavaScript, and we'll submit off to the movie database, so TMDB API, and then we'll return a recommendation. This recommendation is also loaded dynamically using JavaScript as well. And so as you can see, it's recommending based off what we've entered to watch Catch Me If You Can. You can see it is streaming on Netflix. It tells you the lead, the year. You can actually view even more information. If you follow this link, it'll take you to the movie database. And then a quick explanation, and then also, of course, the movie poster. Now, let's say you get your recommendation and you wanted to have a different recommendation. You can always do recommend another. And then, based on the same results, it will then find another movie to recommend that isn't the movie that was just there. So, works quite well. And so, yeah, so let's get into the code. Here we are. All right, we're going to start in the main JavaScript here. So we've got, of course, the the form submit code right here. This is the main submit code event. I collect the preferences from the form, trim the inputs, and call the recommendation engine. And then, of course, we have the loading class. This demonstrates changing element classes with JavaScript to apply different CSS rules while the async is working. And then, of course, how we use local storage. So those preferences on the browser, once you've entered them, maybe I can show you, if you reload it, those preferences will still be there, which are going to be pulled from local storage. So this is where it's able to enter those into local storage. And then, of course, you're going to want to pull that local storage whenever it loads, which you'll find right here. It's going on reloads, it's going to check the last saved preferences. Yeah, so we're going to hop over to the engine JavaScript. This file contains the recommendation logic. It decides whether to use the movie database search function or discover based off when the user enters information on the form. You're going to see the discover function right here to discover the movies. This is the API usage. It passes filters. It uses filters like a genre, actor, rating, runtime, and year. This is where we are going to process the information from the JSON results and then store it in order to keep those preferences for the recommend another function. Now we're going to go to the API JavaScript here. This file contains the movie database API wrappers, search, discover, credits, watch providers, and person search. You're going to see them. Here's the search function right here, and then you have the discover the movie function right here. And then we'll hop over to the proxy JavaScript here. This is where JSON data becomes the UI, the poster, title, year, overview, lead actor, and providers are all taken from the API response and rendered dynamically. Then we'll hop over to the helpers. We'll just quickly show we've got the processes that this demonstrates the processing of nested JSONs. We have mapping, processing, and selecting the best result down here at the bottom as well. And then we can go over to the CSS style, and just to show I am using the root function here, just to show you I am using the root function in order to have those primary and secondary colors and fonts. And then if we come down here, you'll see some transformations or transitions or animations right here that are being used to either make it so that the form things ease out or become less visible depending on the event. And this is of course triggered by the JavaScript. So this is my final project for WDD330. Demonstrates JavaScript, API usage, JSON processing, events, CSS, transformations and transitions, and local storage. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks.